Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome back to a new video and the return of the Premier League, and I suppose the return of me, because I haven't actually done a video in a couple of weeks with the FA Cup and the international break. I ended up taking a bit of a break myself. I didn't plan it that way, but it's kind of how it worked out. So yeah, it's been good, but I'm looking forward to getting back into YouTube, back into the Premier League, and we'll start this video off by looking at my predictions for the FA Cup quarter-finals. So Swansea taking on Spurs. I went 2-1 to Spurs. Spurs won 3-0. Man U, Brighton. I said 2-0. That was the correct score. So I got one correct score this week. Wigan, Southampton. I thought Wigan might snatch it. You know, not great form from Southampton, but Southampton won 2-0. And Leicester, Chelsea. I went 2-1 Leicester. Chelsea won 2-1 in extra time. So as always, it was a bit of a while ago now, but as always, loads of you guys put your predictions in for that, and one person got 3 correct scores out of 4, which doesn't happen very often, and that was Chloe. So big up to Chloe. I've put her YouTube link down in the description. Make sure you guys go and subscribe. I already have. And remember, if you want to be shouted out just like Chloe was in next week's video, that you get your predictions down below in the comments for this weekend's games that we'll go through now. So as I said, the Premier League is back, and the first game this weekend is at 12:30, and it's Crystal Palace taking on Liverpool. So Crystal Palace are currently 2 points out of the relegation zone. In their last 5 games, they've lost 4, but then they went and beat Huddersfield in their most recent game. So not the best form, but you know, beating Huddersfield, the team who are down there with them, is a massive win. You've got Liverpool, who are sitting in 3rd. They're currently 7 points into the Champions League spot, ahead of Chelsea down in 5th. So a massive buffer for them there. It's likely they're going to get Champions League. It's not impossible they won't get it, but they're going to get it. And yeah, 2 teams, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, both fighting for different reasons. You know, Crystal Palace want to get further away from that relegation zone. Liverpool want to confirm their spot in the Champions League, even if they can push for that 2nd place where Man U are, to get the automatic Champions League spot. So it's at Crystal Palace, which, I mean, they need the home advantage because it's not going to be an easy game against Liverpool. But yeah, I think Liverpool will beat them. I'm going to go 2-0. Next up, on the 3 o'clock kickoff, we are looking at my team, Newcastle, taking on Huddersfield. So it's a big game down there. You've got Newcastle in 13th, Huddersfield are in 15th. Newcastle are 4 points off the relegation zones. Huddersfield are 3 points off the relegation zones. It's at Newcastle, so we have that bit of home advantage. In Newcastle's last 5 games, we lost against Liverpool. The draws were against Crystal Palace and Bournemouth, and we obviously beat Man U a little while ago, and then we beat Southampton in our most recent game, which again was a massive game. 2 teams, you know, fighting for relegation. It was a huge 3 points, just like this one was. Huddersfield beat Southampton, beat West Brom, so again, massive for them. They've then lost against Spurs, drawn with Swansea, and lost against Crystal Palace. So Newcastle, we've had the break with the FA Cup, all of the international stuff, and I'm hoping we're going to come out fresh and do what we did against Southampton, against Huddersfield. The team who loses this game, or even like a draw, I don't even know if that's good enough. Both teams are going to want to win this game. The team who loses this game, there's still time to not get relegated, but it's 3 massive points. So 2-0 Newcastle. Go out there, get the goals. Hope so. Next game we're looking at is the 5:30 kickoff on the Saturday, which is Everton taking on Man City. So Everton are currently sitting in 9th. Man City are sitting in 1st. Yeah, Man City, they've won the league now. Yeah, it's going to be a tough task for Everton, but they are at home. They are currently 4 points off 7th place, 8 points off 6th place. So they want to be moving up the table, maybe grabbing that Europa spot if they can. There's a big points difference, but again, Arsenal are a little bit all over the shop. There's teams around there that are all here and there with each other, so they can do it. Everton's last 5 games, they've won 3, lost 2, and I think if they do want to try and gain some ground on those teams ahead of them, this is a massive game for them. Like, they really want to be winning it. We're getting at the end of the season now, but it's Man City. So Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to back Man City because at the minute it's just so hard not to back them. I'm gonna go 3-1 Man City. And to finish things off, another massive game this weekend. We have Chelsea taking on Spurs. As I mentioned earlier, Chelsea are in 5th, Spurs are in 4th. So there's 5 points different. Chelsea are 5 points behind Spurs. And if they want to be grabbing that Champions League spot from Spurs, pretty much, they need to be beating them. If they beat them, it goes down to 2 points difference. And obviously there is still games to be played with the rest of the season. So, yeah. So, Spurs, they drew with Liverpool and since then have won their next 4 games. Chelsea have won 2 games, lost 3 games in their last 5. So, the past games is pointing at Spurs, but it's a derby. They're both in London. London teams. Chelsea are at home. I could go either way, I think, with this one. I don't know. Would Spurs take the draw because they are stopping Chelsea gaining ground on them? Would they play for the draw? I don't know. Harry Kane looks still to be injured, so they're going to be missing their goal scorer, although they have other players that can do it as well. I'm going to go 1-1. It could easily go either way. And that's it, guys. So I hope you have enjoyed the video. Drop a like if you are enjoying this series and make sure to get your comments in down below for those 4 games this weekend. I make a note of everyone's scores before the first game kicks off, which is Saturday at 12:30. So if you don't have your scores in before that time, they won't count. And yeah, I apologise I haven't made a video in a little while, but the Premier League is back. I'm excited. Massive game for Newcastle on Saturday, and I hope you're excited too. Alright guys, as always, drop a like. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.